If you could see the world through my eyes, vibrant purple sunrise, shards of broken dreams come raining down.
Mark here, Life and Fitness Files. Just want to give a few tips after having done a few Amazon Prime blocks, as well as having done Walmart Spark orders. The tip that I want you to think about is to be prepared. There's things that can come up, like today it started raining. I wasn't really prepared, but I luckily had my raincoat in here. It didn't show it in the forecast. If you're in the winter, you never know what can happen, even spring, etc. So be prepared. With the weather, you never know what's going to go on, but also with your car. Make sure that you have some stuff in the trunk, a jack. If you have a spare tire, that's great. If you're sitting there and you are waiting for roadside assistance, obviously that's going to be helpful. But if you know how to change a tire, you can get back on the road. Sometimes it does take you out into some rural areas and it could take you a while. You may or may not be able to finish your route anyway. I don't know what the time restrictions are. Luckily, I haven't had that come up. But just make sure you're prepared with some of those things. If you have an emergency poncho, I do have a couple of those as well in my car. Make sure to have those with you, because if it starts raining or getting super windy, you might wish you had that. Same thing with a raincoat. Stick it in there. I think when you're doing the deliveries, an umbrella is probably not going to be the most helpful, but it could be. But if you have a raincoat, have some gloves. It got pretty windy and chilly today. Luckily I have some gloves. Maybe you want to have fingerless gloves, or one that are touch sensitive and possible, so you can touch your screen, etc. But having those gloves really helps as you're walking up to doors and navigating some of those chilly, cold, windy conditions. Definitely going to come in handy. Have a hat, some sunglasses. When you're driving different directions, it can be kind of blinding. So make sure you're prepared for whatever weather is coming up. If you are doing this in the winter, you could make sure you have some boots where it's like, okay, I don't think this is going to be a big deal, but hey, this area is looking like they have not shoveled. So I'm going to throw on some boots because I do not want to be walking in, ankle-high snow in gym shoes and just be soaked. So have some boots, have some gloves, have some different layers. I know as the day went on, I kind of took off a few layers. That definitely came in handy. And make sure that you can adjust to the weather. Anytime that you're going out, that you make sure that you look at the weather ahead of time. If it's going to be like a torrential downpour, you could consider, okay, is this the block of time that I want to be delivering? I know once you pick a block of time, you can't see any more blocks for that day. So you might say, oh man, this is going to be torrential downpour from 10 to 3. Maybe it'd be worth it to pick up a different time slot. But if you cancel it, the only way to find out if there's other blocks is to cancel it. So you have to weigh that out. But knowing the weather, having a few things on hand to account for the weather is definitely going to come in handy. Another thing that helped, having the gloves, my hands were getting really scratchy and dry, especially from those, like the paper bags and the boxes. So having gloves really helped kind of with that. It's kind of dry out anyway. So a few tips to help to make sure that you can navigate weather, stay safe. I have some other videos, some tips on doing Amazon Flex, Walmart Spark. If you have some other experiences or other suggestions, leave those below. If you have some questions, make sure to let me know what those are. Other things you would like to see, make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with content. All kinds of videos on my channel. If there's something that you want to see, make sure you give a shout out and let me know. Here's to life and fitness. Peace out.
Walking miles in someone else's show.